So, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. We are back again. We are going to talk about Declan Rice again because we finally submitted a bid and it was swiftly rejected, like I told everyone it would be. But it is what it is. We'll come to all of that in a minute. Make sure you are liking the video, subscribe to the channel, Subtly Reacts. I would have a video. Well, there is a video out on that channel. So do go and check that out. Big up to everybody who has subbed to that channel. Leave your donations down below if that's what you want to do. I'll reply to everyone who does. And check out the video I did about Kai Havertz. Dropped that earlier today. This club is moving like an unserious football club. Who knew? Oh, yeah, I did. But I'm negative and toxic. Good one. Anyway, so today it has emerged. It has emerged that we have placed a bid. Arsenal's opening bid for Declan Rice has been rejected immediately by West Ham. Sources guarantee that the total value of the proposal was 80 million. Not enough to convince West Ham. Manchester City informed on the Rice deal, but Arsenal remain favourites. They're expected to bid again. Fabrizio then later tweets out, Arsenal have significantly advanced on Declan Rice's personal terms in the last few days. That's why they will bid again to find a solution. 80 million was never going to be enough to convince West Ham. They are hoping for more like 100 million to sell Declan Rice. David Ornstein has posted saying that Manchester City are preparing to lodge a bid. Okay. So Arsenal have bid 80 million. It's been swiftly rejected. Now Manchester City are coming in. I want to play this. This was from a week ago. 1 week ago. If I can get into my phone. 1 week ago. Listen to this.
Man City are apparently entered the race. If Man City put a bid in for him, he's going Man City. And if anyone thinks otherwise, you've only got to have a look at the facts. They're the best team in England. They've got the best manager in England. They win stuff. You're in the Champions League final tomorrow. They're on for a domestic. They're on for a treble. They've already done the domestic treble a couple of years ago. Now Kyle Walker's there. Phil Foden's there. Calvin Phillips is currently there. John Stones is still there. Jack Grealish is still there. All of these England internationals are there. Declan Rice is English. He's an English international. If Man City bid for him, it's finished. It's done. It's over. And then what happened is, well, we didn't want Declan Rice after all. We're going for Caicedo.
Well, let me tell you something now. Fabrizio's tweeted about Caicedo. Chelsea are working hard on Moises Caicedo deal. Talks have been in place for weeks. Nothing done yet. It's always been Chelsea frontrunners, despite rumours Arsenal bid in the last few weeks. Arsenal's focus remains on Declan Rice and Kai Havertz. More to follow. Funny that, isn't it? Funny that. So we put a bid in, 2 bids in for Caicedo in January. Both got rejected. He was our number 1 choice of player in midfield in January. A couple of days after the second bid gets rejected, all the talk about Declan Rice comes out. Okay. But we kept good relations with Brighton. Cool, we'll come back to that in a minute. So then we get to this transfer window opening after we kept good relations with Brighton. Wanted the player, bid near, I think 78 million or something, we bid for him. Cool. No drama, no problema. But now our number 1 target this summer, 6 months later, is Declan Rice. So why did we put 2 bids in for Caicedo? Why have we not gone back in for Caicedo? Because we want Rice. Well, we're not going to bid for Rice yet because he's in a final and we're keeping good relations and being respectful to West Ham. All I keep seeing, we have the video catalogue on here. Deal imminent, fee agreed, personal terms no problem, wants to stay in London, has no other suitors, only Arsenal. Yeah, wants to play Champions League. He's got his heart set on Arsenal. He's giving Arteta his word. Okay. So why did it take 15 days after the final for us to bid? And then when we did bid, it was a disrespectful bid because we've known, because apparently we're in talks with West Ham for 2 weeks since the final. We've been in talks. All of these puppets out there that are writing their articles saying we're in talks with West Ham. The talk within the industry. What's that even mean, mate? Yeah, the talk within the industry. Shut up, Ornstein. Yeah, the fact and reality is we put a bid in 15 days after that final and it was 20 million less than they want. So if we really wanted Declan Rice and he's our number one target, he's got his heart set on Arsenal, they want to sell him. They want 100 million for him. We know it's 100 million. That's including add-ons. We know all of this. How comes we bid 80? Makes no sense to me. And now Caicedo's going to go Chelsea. Man City are now in for Declan Rice. And people tell me I'm negative. No. I've seen the same merry-go-round, this football club in transfer windows, every single time there's a transfer window since David Dean's left. Well, was forced out the football club. Frog marched off the premises. But don't worry. If Arteta wants a player, I want the player. These people are tapped weirdos, mate. Yeah, the fact is, Edu, Garlic, and Tim Lewis haven't got a Scooby. Where's Vinay in this? What is Vinay doing? These people are not respected in board level in any club in the country, any club in Europe. They're not respected. Do you know why? Because they're cowboys, fraudsters. Yeah, they haven't got a clue what they are doing. And listen, we may end up signing Declan Rice, but we should have already had him. Should have already been done. And now we're getting Man City an opportunity to come and get Declan Rice, who, by the way, are on the verge of selling Riyad Mahrez to Saudi for about 40 or 50 million quid. So they've already got half the money straight away with that, haven't they? So now, give them that money, give them Calvin Phillips. It's a wrap, people. It is a wrap. Yeah, it is a wrap. If we do not sign Declan Rice, I'll probably break the internet with that video. Because we've been front runners. He's given his word and all of that jargon, all this BS that we've been hearing. When the reality is, money talks and BS walks. And why is it Arsenal all the time enter into talks and always try and lowball? Look at Douglas Luiz, for example. I'm not saying I wanted Douglas Luiz. I'll give you an example. Douglas Luiz, deadline day, £20 million rejected. 22 million rejected. 22 and a half rejected. 23 rejected. 24, whatever it was. So then we don't bother going back in January for Douglas Luiz. So now if we go in to try and get an Aston Villa player, for example, in the future, they're going to go, this Edu's no serious merchant. It's just a cowboy trying to lowball on deadline day. That's just one club that's not even well, they are a massive club, but they're not at the top of the league's positions, the top 4, the top 6, whatever crap people want to peddle out. Yeah. We can't even bully Aston Villa. We can't even bully Brighton. We can't even bully West Ham. How the hell are we supposed to bully other teams that are bigger and more successful at the moment than them? We can't even get Declan Rice out of West Ham. Can't get Caicedo out of Brighton. Can't get Douglas Luiz out of Aston Villa. But Real Madrid can go and get Jude Bellingham, who's been unveiled today. Jude Bellingham for 103 million euros. Just like that. Why? Oh, yeah, because they paid the money. They went, how much do you want? Oh, okay, you want that? Cool, we'll pay it. And they've paid it. Why are we not paying it? If we want the player that badly, why are we not paying it? Makes no sense. Makes no sense whatsoever. We've got Reece Nelson being given 5 million quid to stay at the club and 100 grand a week. 5 million up front. Here you go, mate. Put that in your bank. That's a signing on fee. What are you chatting about signing on fee? The guy played 500 minutes last season. At 5 million. It's nearly $1 million for every 100 minutes he played. It's a joke. 589 minutes he played last season, and he's pocketed 5 million. That is nearly $1 million for every per 100 minutes. That is actually insane. And 100 grand a week. But we're going to go in for Kai Havertz and pay about 50 for him. And West Ham are sitting there probably thinking, I'm going to pay 50 for him, but you've bid 80 for Rice. Nah, you ain't serious, mate. You ain't serious. It's 100 million, take it or leave it. And I'll tell you something, Man City won't wait. And if they come in for him, you've just heard what I said 5, 6, 7, 8 days ago, whenever it was. All of them England internationals will be saying, oh, Declan, why don't you come play with us, mate? Why don't you come play at Man City? Now, people are saying, oh, but you won't get in the team. You won't get in the team because they've got Rodri there. What a load of rubbish. What a load of garbage. He would get in that team and he could play with Rodri because they're both top players. Yeah, it's a disgrace. Absolute disgrace. This guy, Edu, Tim Lewis, Garlic Head, yeah, Vinay. The manager, I feel a little bit sorry for in this situation because it's quite clear he wants the player. It's not Arteta's fault we ain't signed him. It's not Arteta's fault we've had a low ball bid rejected. Yeah, this is down to the people above him. Yeah. And if we don't get him, heads need to roll. But what do I know? I'm just negative and toxic. Yeah, people already believed that this guy was at the club. They're already mocking him up in Arsenal shirts. They're already doing their, oh my God, if we get all of our signings, this is what our 11 will look like. Absolute rubbish. Yeah, like I said a couple of times last week and this week, the reason that Granit Xhaka is still at this football club and not gone to Leverkusen yet is because this club is not confident about getting a replacement, which is why they've held back on it. It's why they've held back on it, because they are not confident that they can sign their replacement. There you go. Tells you all you need to know. Because if we were that confident about signing Xhaka's replacement, and bear in mind the window's open until September or the end of August, whenever it is, we're on the 15th of June. Let him go. Now go and sign the replacement. But no, they want to get the replacement in first, then let him go. Cool. That's great. But you're not confident in your own ability. Because if you was, you'd let him go. But what do I know? You don't know how to run a football club? Okay, good one. On that bombshell, have a wonderful evening. I'll be back again talking about that inverted dickhead that plays left back that's chatting absolute breeze with Piers Morgan. I've seen the little sound bites. I'm going to go and listen to the whole 41 minutes, and I'll come back with a reaction to it later tonight. So make sure you set your notification bells, stick a like on the video, subscribe, sub to Lee Reacts as well. Go and check that out. The channel's flying. Big up to everyone on there at the minute, and get your super chats in down below as well. We're out of here. Goodbye. Adios, everyone out.